assault against African citizens is increasing in size and magnitude. There's a lot of fear in our community. There's a lot of need to be validated and loved by enemies in our community. There's a lot of need to run from who you are because of something that you despise. Self-hatred and menticide are deep. And it seems like they're going deeper. And what I see in front of me tells me that it's not recording. There's one person sitting here, and that means that we haven't lost. We have a lot of work to do, and we need to focus our attention on our children, because they're the ones who are the primary targets right now on this issue and every other issue of insanity. It turns us into somebody who we are not. If we're going to win, we have to produce warriors.
Initiated, student of the EWA, so baptized by the warrior teachers. I'm training, learning how to shoot the gauge while you burning sage, playing video games. This message here is for the RPG brigade. Shed blood, bring peace, that's the warrior's way. Libation is the blood, sweat, and tears. Ibaye, Ashe, I'm bringing death to the quiz. I wanna live, so I die for the kids. Back smack gangsters coming home from bids. Free your dome, you only hard to kill your own. A straight race trailer, the white man's clone. Burrito man, I'ma continue to plan. Choke the life out of a cracker with my bare hands. That's my word, my deed, and my thought. From sun up to sundown, true warriors fought.
This needs to be emulated everywhere we are at. Those people who are calling themselves warriors, well, the root word of warrior is war. And either you're playing games and trying to be a fake thug, or you really are about the business of protecting the community because you realize that we are at war. And you act like we are at war, not like we are at peace.
Firm handshake, look a brother in the eye so I can tell if he fake. I can see through the disguise if he got a forked tongue, speaking disrespectful lies. Asata Baba Baruchi, respect him cause he wise. Dropping wisdom on the pages, so stand up and be courageous. Our enemies engaging with grenades and shotty gauges, with machetes, with the razors, with the stick or with the stone, or bare knuckles to their faces. Got a hatred for the races, other times are for the traitors. Won't forget about the lynchings, how they fed it to the gators. Go gangsters protect their neighbors, for betrayers for some paper. Our secrets keep it sacred. Our legacy's the greatest, stay the greatest, cause their haters, they some haters. I drop it like an anchor with the hopes that it'll change us. No artificial flavors. You wanna be a player while they hanging, so what team you playing for? The underdog or for the face?
Warriors are supposed to be about the business of defending those people in their community. They're supposed to be about the business of making people comfortable, giving them a safe space. People say warriors are healers, and they are. Sometimes healing is that tough love, when you gotta handle people in a particular way. But our job is to make it so that our people have all obstacles removed from their way in being active.
It sounded like my phone was moving around. That's what it sounded like. She was like, yo, wake up. I said, what? Huh? She was like, yo, somebody's in here. I heard it just sounded like somebody was scrolling through. So and I looked and I'm like, oh shit, the front door was on fire. And then it just fell on the couch. And I tried to put it out. Wrong move. Then the smoke came and I went upstairs. I'm like, yo, this is fucking on fire. Call it that fire. And I came back downstairs.
That fast.
I tried to put it back out again, and I'm like, I went back upstairs, and the smoke was too much. She went on the roof, I went on the roof, and there was fire all around us. It was burning like all around us. I'm like, yo, and they had to come rescue us, man. It's the craziest thing ever. God bless you, man. I mean, we got our lives, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, and I was ready to give up. Like at that moment, I said, I'm not doing anything else positive. You know, I give my life for the community. I give my life as an activist. And I said, I just wanted to say, I'm not going to do that no more. I'm going to move away. This just reinforces, man. It lets me know that what I'm doing is necessary. It's touching people. Picket fences on my soul. Bob wide. Can't penetrate me. Can't penetrate me. 30 shekels made of gold. Got my side. Can't eliminate me. Can't eliminate. Yeah, they gave us coke. Yeah, they gave us dope. Yeah, we all dead broke for the truth possible. They wanna cut my throat. Put us on that boat, so that's why we smoke. Give me life for the roach. That's the way we cope when you can't find hope. When you're living in the ghetto with your hands on your metal, never settle. No, we get so low. How we get so low? 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 They clip my wings. Won't let me fly. Won't let me fly. They clip my wings. Won't let me fly. Won't let me fly. How we get so low? 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 They clip my wings. Won't let me fly. Won't let me fly. They clip my wings. Won't let me fly. Won't let me fly. Give me going to die. I'm ready for war. I'm ready for war. I'm on fire up. Can't take no more. I can't take no more. Open up that door. Better let me in. Better let me in. They hate my flesh. Wanna take my skin. Wanna take my skin. How we get so low? 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 They clip my wings. Won't let me fly. Won't let me fly. But they clip my wings. Won't let me fly. Won't let me fly. Picket fences on my soul. Bob wide. Can't penetrate me. Can't penetrate me. 30 shekels made of gold. Got my side. Can't eliminate me. Can't eliminate. They gave us hate. Put it on our plate. That's no mistake. Trying to seal off fate. But we shall not break. I feel so great for the one you break. I hope you break. For the devil's dick, I shall not taste. Pull back those drapes. Expose your face. How we get so low? 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 They clip my wings. Won't let me fly. Won't let me fly. They clip my wings. Won't let me fly. Won't let me fly. How we get so low? 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 They clip my wings. Won't let me fly. Won't let me fly. They clip my wings. Won't let me fly. Won't let me fly. Give me going to die. I'm ready for war. I'm ready for war. I'm on fire up. Can't take no more. I can't take no more. Open up that door. Better let me in. Better let me in. They hate my flesh. Wanna take my skin. Wanna take my skin. How we get so low? 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 They clip my wings. Won't let me fly. Won't let me fly. But they clip my wings. Won't let me fly. Won't let me fly. Picket fences on my soul. Bob wide. Can't penetrate me. Can't penetrate me. 30 shekels made of gold. Got my side. Can't eliminate me. Can't eliminate me.
Yeah. We in here, family. We in here. We back. We in full effect.
Yeah.
I love the selection. I love the selections. We got Brother Tad trying to get in here. We're going to get him in here in a few minutes. We're working on some things behind the scenes. But I love the selections. You had United Front. Asafo. Brother Ashe will explain to you what that means in a minute. And then we have Richard Rohr, How We Get So Low. Yeah. Love that jam. Love that jam. We got a power pack show for y'all this evening. It's going to be live in full effect. We got a lot of things happening around the country right now. A lot of insurrections that are happening. Lot of purging that is happening. And so we're going to get all into it. We also going to honor our warriors. Our insurrectionists. You know, we just come off of Memorial Day here in the U.S. And, you know, they honor their own. We will honor our own. Tonight, I'm going to get into one of my favorites, Martin Delany. And we're going to discuss the works of this great man. I know a lot of you have heard of Marcus Garvey. If you never heard of Marcus Garvey, please log off now. This ain't for you. But if you've heard of Marcus Garvey, you have to know Martin Delaney, because everything that Marcus Garvey did, Delaney did prior. So we're going to get into that a little later. But my brother Ashe SJ, how you feeling, brother?
Yeah. BB Fahodier family, you already know what time it is. This is Thorough Black Talk with Sister Keisha, myself, Ashe SJ, and my big brother Tad, who's on his way in. Matter of fact, he backstage right now. We about to pull him in a second. You know what I'm saying? But this is how we do every Thursday, 8 to 10 p.m. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We giving it to you thorough, baby. This is how we do it. And, you know, with everything that's going on right now, you know, I know a lot of people want to vent. A lot of people are talking about the hot topics that's going on right now. A lot of killings, a lot of brutality. And, you know, it seems like it's something that never ends with our people. You know what I'm saying? But this is the Warrior platform. This is where the real true insurrectionists come. You know what I'm saying? And if you are not familiar with us, if this is your first time joining, we definitely appreciate you. But we're going to give these devils this work. We ain't holding back no punches. And this is why it's called Thorough Black Talk. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to, before we start out, because I'm going to head to the back to try to get my brother Tad in here. But I definitely want to hail up everybody that was celebrating that African Liberation Day. Oh, man, that was amazing, Sister Keisha. I mean, I've never been so proud, you know, to see so many African brothers and sisters throughout the whole diaspora. You know what I'm saying? From the UK, from America, from the continent, from Europe, Spain, all of that, like Africans everywhere coming together. It was a bunch of powerful platforms and a lot of other cool video calls. You know, we got a quarantine right now. So it was some cool video calls with a lot of Babas, a lot of real elder warrior scholars. And these are the people that we should be listening to. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of these fake leaders coming out. A lot of people are following the wrong crowd, you know, following like the entertainers, following people like the names like Diddy and, you know, Filler Mike, which his name is Killer Mike, but we don't call him that. We call him Filler Mike. And, you know, all of these fake leaders that's out here, man, they trying to coach people to be docile. They trying to coach people to be submissive. And that's not what we going for. You know, we done seen too many deaths, too many risks that we took. And we ain't trying to take no more risks. You know what I'm saying? We trying to calculate this, strategize, and really get what's owed to us and what we claim. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the real Babas. I know Professor James Smalls, Professor Jeffries, so many amazing warrior scholars. Shout out to Dr. Bello, man, from IAT. You know, so shout out to all my Haitians. Matter of fact, we got to talk about that too, Keisha, because right here in Brooklyn, they said Little Haiti now. It's officially a neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people talking about separating, a lot of people talking about why they got a Chinatown, why they got a Little Italy and all of that. We ain't got no black neighborhood. Well, guess what? Right here in Brooklyn, in Flatbush, I believe it's in Flatbush Avenue and Nostrand Avenue, they just literally declared it Little Haiti. So, ça passe, coupe te boule ka. To all my Haitians out there, you know, my Haitians out there, you know what I'm saying? But these are things that we got to strive for. We got to separate ourselves. You know, we got to create our own nation and focus on nation building and really get the things that we want and take control of our own destiny. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, I'm just feeling great. I was inspired all week. You know, we had so many great leaders that was doing some real things. And, you know, it's important to balance things out, you know, because all day we see in the death, we see in the killings. You know, it's like every hour on an hour is something new in the news or in an article or something like that we reading. So it's always good to balance it out sometimes. But with all that being said, we come to give y'all this work tonight. And, you know, Thorough Black Talk, we ain't up here just to talk. We up here to give resources. We up here to give solutions. We solution-oriented warriors. You know what I'm saying? And we really put in this work. So if this is your first time listening, we definitely appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't dealing with no rookies here. My brother Tad is on his way in right now. And, you know, we are weathered. We weathered when it comes to this. Even though I'm a young brother, you know what I'm saying? I've been on the front lines. I've been in the street. I've been in confrontations and fights and things of that nature, fighting for our people, protecting our people, putting our race first. You know what I'm saying? So Sister Keisha has been one that has taught me and watched my growth. You know what I'm saying? Back in the UAM days, the United African Movement, a lot of y'all youngsters don't even know about that. You know what I'm saying? But these were forums that we had, African-centered forums that were separated. It was just for us, and it had the real true warrior scholars. Unfortunately, a lot of people are going to school right now, and they're getting this watered down Afrocentric education, and we thinking we scholars and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? It's real hard. The assault on us is coming from many different angles, man, and we gotta make sure that we know what's going on so we can fight this thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm ready to get it in, though, Sister Keisha. I know we got a lot of articles we're gonna talk about, and I'm excited to hear we got some guests coming on tonight too, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, it's our thing here on Thorough Black Talk to highlight and introduce the community to Black-owned businesses. And not only are we going to have a guest from the U.S., but we're also going to have a guest from Jamaica. And so we covering the globe over here. We covering the globe. So you don't have to, you know, spend your money with other folks anymore. That's a wrap. So I'm excited tonight. Both of these business owners are event coordinators. I know them both personally. One, if you've seen when I renewed my wedding vows, one planned that for me. You know, I just let her take the reign, and you gave her my vision, and she was able to bring it to fruition. So we're definitely going to encourage our listeners and our viewers to spend your money with Black-owned businesses. This is the time. Babylon must fall. The insurrection is happening, and now you have to steer your dollars to Black-owned businesses. So we're definitely going to get into that tonight. But as I said, we have to discuss what we just come off of this Memorial Day. And, you know, the Yurugu always celebrates their own. Well, tonight we celebrate one of our own. I know a lot of you who are listening, you've heard of Marcus Messiah Garvey. Well, I want to talk to you tonight about the father of Black nationalism. The father of Black nationalism is none other than Martin Robinson Delany. Martin Robinson Delany family. I know you heard of, you know, Garvey and the Black Star Line, right? Well, before that, many years before that, Martin Delany steamship, the Liberia Exodus Joint Stock Exchange Steamship Commission. So we're going to get into that, and it was successful. I know a lot of you have heard about, so many of us here have moved to Liberia. Well, who do you think kicked that all off? Not only did, well, let me get to the beginning now. Let me just break this down, because Martin Delany was revolutionary in everything that he did. Martin Delany was a newspaper man. He was a historian, an abolitionist, a doctor, an educator, an African explorer, a politician, a poet, a journalist, a scientist, and a Civil War commander. That's right, family, a Civil War commander. Now, people credit Abraham Lincoln for freeing the slaves. Well, we all here on this program know that not to be true. But there was a man who negotiated a deal with Abe Lincoln. And that deal was, if Black men would join the Civil War and fight in the Union with the Union soldiers, that they would get automatic freedom. Not only will they get freedom, but they will be allowed to keep arms and arm themselves. Abraham Lincoln was losing. The Union was losing to the Confederacy. And he knew that if he gets some Black men on the front lines, they would be successful. But how would he be able to do it? Because, of course, Lincoln wanted to keep the Union whole. You know, the Confederates wanted to go their own way, but Lincoln wanted to keep the Union whole. And so Martin Delany also went to Harvard Medical. But Martin Delany went to Abe Lincoln and he said, if you show a black face, if you show a black command, I can help you get those troops. And so Abraham Lincoln agreed and he made that happen. So 40,000 black men joined the Union Army at that one time. All of them, if they return home, will be freed. And some even their families. Now, Martin Delany's mother was a free black woman. His father was an enslaved African. Okay? Martin Delany, let me tell you how bad this brother was. The first paper I believe he wrote was The Mystery. I think it was called The Mystery. And he was so radical in his thought and in his writings, he began to garner a lot of attention. And not the attention that you all would think of. He garnered respect. I told you, Abe Lincoln came looking for Delany. Okay? But at the time when Lincoln was looking for him, Martin Delany wasn't available, right? He was traveling abroad. I believe he was going into Niger. But it was when he came back. All right, we got Brother Tad in here. We got Brother Ashe in here. All right, we all good now. So when he came back, family, that's when he had the conversation with Abe Lincoln. Now, Martin Delany, he made it very clear that if any enslaved African was seeking freedom and they crossed his threshold, they were protected. And he would fight with his life to help keep them free. That was Martin Delany. He didn't believe in we shall overcome and kumbaya and all of that. He didn't believe in that. He wasn't with all the shenanigans. He believed in arming yourselves and protecting yourselves at all costs. And that is what he did. Now, I'm getting a little feedback from somebody's mic. But when he started publishing his newspaper, now people think that Fred Douglass brought Martin Delany in, but it was the other way around, right? Now, when he was in the Union Army, he fought under the command of Captain Smalls. And you all could do your research on Captain Smalls if you want to, but he was a bad brother. And under Captain Smalls' command, Martin Delany, you had Frederick Douglass' son in there. You had so many freedom fighters in one command, right? But here's the thing about Martin Delany. He made it clear to black people around the globe, you better have an exodus. You better have a way out of this. And so what he did was he started expeditions into Africa, in particular Liberia. And all of the people that he moved to Liberia, the majority of them were able to set up businesses for themselves and do well for themselves. He said, but while you are here on this land, you must not fight as a man, but fight as a black man. He married a black woman. He was clear in who he was. So on this Memorial Day, I give honor and thanks to Martin Delany. Your brothers, what's your thoughts on Martin Delany?
I gotta say what up to my big brother Tad in the building. Brooklyn.
Salute. Good looking out, Ashe. Word, Ashe had to come rescue me and bring me in.
Free me.
You know, this technology is crazy, you know, because I'm doing it through the phone, so it's not recognizing the phone. It's saying do it through the laptop. But we done finagle some things Young brother Ashe coaxed me through it. You know what I'm saying? We navigated through this internet maze, and now we back in effect. We definitely love and salute Martin Delaney. You know, we often big him up. Salute all of our veterans that we recognize for Memorial Day. And Sister Keisha, I don't know if you touched on it because you know he's behind the scenes, but I think it's important to let the folks know that Memorial Day is a holiday that was created by us and for us. A lot of times people get it confused. You know, they be like, "Oh, you celebrating the European holiday," and sometimes it hurts me because our folks are so unstudied. We don't even recognize when there's things that are here that we created. Because nonetheless, even though we came here as prisoners and hostages, we still used our African genius to create holidays and all kinds of inventions that brought us this far, all the way up to 2020. Where had it been any other group, they'd have probably died on the shores of their land or died during the Middle Passage, you know, through the whole Mayafa. So we're a resilient people that should always be celebrated. So I definitely salute Martin Delaney and anybody else who put their life on the line to celebrate and protect and liberate our people. And I'm going to stop right there.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, man. Yo, we got so many different amazing warrior scholars. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's why I'm grateful to just be amongst my big brother and my big sister, because y'all amongst them, you know. And I always learn something when I kick it with y'all, you know what I'm saying, and build and we cipher and all of that, you know, because that was something that I definitely didn't know, that it was Memorial Day was officially created for us, because the history that we're told is, you know, and what's popular is that Memorial Day is actually for the veterans that been in the war. We know that when it comes to the Army, you know, they hardly ever give us the credit that we receive, that we actually deserve. You know, we have to go and create our own subsections within the Army, you know, like the Tuskegee Airmen and things of that nature, just to highlight ourselves, you know. So I'm not surprised that a lot of us don't know about the history of Memorial Day and the African history of it. But you know, we always are going to honor our great warrior scholars and our just our warriors, period, that came before us and put in the work for our people. Right now, this day and age, we're in a time where we need some modern day warriors. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we up here really promoting, really trying to encourage. And wherever we go, like I always say, we breed more warriors. And that's what everybody should be doing. It don't matter what level of knowledge or information you want. It don't matter how old you are, how young you is. If you got a little bit of consciousness and knowledge yourself, you put that to the activism and let's get this work, man, because we see how they killing us out here. We see how they brutalizing us. We see how after they brutalize us, they getting off. You know what I'm saying? The court system is all crazy, messed up. The system was never built for us. And we got to burn this whole goddamn thing down, man. So I shout out to everybody that's in Minneapolis right now. Of course, we're going to discuss a little bit about this George Floyd case, as well as so many other things that's going on right now, especially here in New York. It's a lot of other cases that's going on. You got the Karen at Central Park Karen, and then you had, what was the new one I saw? I think it was today. They said it was Tom. His name was Tom or something, tried to kick the brothers out of the office building, and they rent in the goddamn building. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, they kicked his ass out of that building. He lost his lease, you know? So it's a lot of things that we talk about, but it's not just for talking. It's really about encouraging our brothers and sisters to get active. Like I always say, consciousness is a stepping stone. People like to say stay woke and all of that. People like to say I'm conscious. Well, consciousness is a stepping stone. I used to be conscious, but now I'm active. That's the next level up. And that's what all of our people should be aspiring to be. You know what I'm saying? To get active. And, you know, I wanted to talk a little bit about, since we're talking about, you know, our warriors and people that we continue the memory and let the memory live. You know, we talked about previously, we had Malcolm X Day, and we were honoring that Baba, that warrior scholar, Ashe to him. And we also talked about the OAAU, which is the Organization of Afro-American Unity. Well, the cool thing about it is, and this is why I feel like our ancestors are really with us, Brother Taz, Sister Keisha, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of things that we talk about on our platform come to fruition, or somebody else's spirit, they catch the same spirit, and next you know, a week or two later, they start saying the same thing. It's like we right on point, especially when it comes to our elders. You know what I'm saying? It always feels good to have that reiterate it and to really feel like we on the right path, you know what I'm saying? But we talked about Martin Luther King. I mean, not Martin Luther King. We talked about Malcolm X and the OAAU. And then right after that was African Liberation Day. And not a lot of people know about African Liberation Day. You know what I'm saying? That was actually founded, that's the organization that created African Liberation Day is actually the OAU, which is the Organization of African Unity or African Union, something like that. And they actually formed, I believe it was 31 leaders from different countries throughout Africa. They all came together. I know Haile Selassie was one of them, one of the founding members. They actually came together and created the OAU. And that was like a preface to even the African Union, but they were actually really about liberation, liberating the people, you know what I'm saying? And the OAU, which created African Liberation Day, is actually the organization that inspired the OAAU, which is I keep saying Martin Luther King, Malcolm X's organization that he was creating and was getting a momentum right before he died. That was called the OAAU, which was inspired by the OAAU, the OAU. It's a tongue twister, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But it's just powerful, and it's like it correlates back to right what we doing here in this warrior circle, in this cipher. You know what I'm saying? We building, we learning between each other, we passing the information, not being selfish. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to big our chest up or be egotistical maniacs, because we know that as warriors, we are going to continue to learn and continue to grow. And when you stop growing, that's when you die. And we don't want to die. We trying to live, and we trying to feed our people so they could live. We already see enough of us dying. So that's why we got this platform, so we can really promote the information and also connect with our brothers and sisters. And I see a lot of y'all in the chat, a lot of y'all in the comments on StreamYard. Much love to y'all. We definitely appreciate y'all. We shout out to everybody that's watching on YouTube and on Facebook right now. Do us a favor, share this link. You know what I'm saying? Click the button, get the notification, so we can every week, every Thursday we do this 8 to 10. You could get a notification, and you'll know when we go live, because we will definitely be having some powerful people up here. Tonight we got some guests, 2 guests that's gonna come talk about their Black businesses. And you know, we definitely gonna have some of the Babas. I know, shout out to Renoko Rashidi, who's always on the check-in. I'll be checking them out on the Facebook and getting a lot of the information from them. Baba Baruti as well, who you seen in our video that we played this morning. And I really appreciate the whole circle that we got, family. You know what I'm saying? We definitely got to make sure we putting our left foot forward and battling this beast, man. And stop watering it down, yo. We know these are some devils we dealing with. We know these are some devils. So I don't know why we trying to act tippy-toe and shuck and jive and act like we don't know what's going on out here, family. This is the same ass thing that's been happening to us over and over and over. And not enough of y'all is waking up. Y'all taking y'all sweet ass time, and y'all don't want to really come to this warriorhood and really start fighting until it's too late, until it happened to one of y'all family members. You know what I'm saying? That's un-African. That's not, you know, how we deal with it when it comes to, you know, having a village mentality. That's what we got to get back to, you know. So I'm excited. I want to go in, Sister Keisha. So let's start talking about some of these articles.
Hold up, real quick though. I got to salute our Sister Keisha, who gave the New York City mayor that work on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Definitely got to salute Sister Keisha, who always go, you know what I'm saying, she gonna bring the ruckus, she gonna set fire to the tail. It just salute the Sister Queen. You know what I'm saying? So I said Sister Keisha was not playing with Mayor de Blasio today, calling him out on all his rhetoric and all his BS. So salute, sis. I just had to get that in there.
Thank you, brother. It's just I just don't like no foolishness. And you know, they come in, you know, and they start, you know, having diarrhea of the fingers, and they just start throwing stuff out there, and nobody's challenging them on their madness. But I'm definitely going to continue to challenge them. And as I said, you know, once this lockdown is out of place, we definitely going to be back into their forums. I'm definitely going to be back at City Hall. I'm definitely going to be back at the Municipal Archives building. I'm going to be on their tails. Every town hall meeting, I'm going to be on their tails. I'm not playing, because, as I said before, it's life or death for us. These people out here can play games all they want. You know, you talked about another Central Park Becky with her nonsense, but I wanted our family to understand what happened the other day. in, I believe, Michigan City, Sister Shatina Grady L, who was just pummeled by a police officer, or killer cop, as Sister Tawanda taught us to say. Killer cop beat the stuffing out of her, and then they arrested her and her fiance. I believe today, the fiance was released. Sister Shatina Grady L is still behind bars, and she's very afraid because remember now, it was that same county killer cop who put his hand on her, and now she's in the clutches of these wicked beasts. Let's just call it what it is. She's in the clutches of these wicked beasts, and I believe some attorney is trying his best to get her released. But my thing is, her name is Shatina Grady L. Now, where y'all Moors at? Where y'all at? You should be down there in Michigan City trying to get her out of there. Don't talk all that talk.
Hold up.
Get her out of there.
Sis, are you saying that the police locked up a female Moor?
Her name is Shatini Grady L. When her fiance came on, I believe I posted it just before we came on the air on my Facebook feed, but he gave the sign that they were Moors.
But I thought they have no jurisdiction over the Moors.
And deal with it.
I thought they have no jurisdiction over the Moors. And all they got to do is show their cards and credentials, and the police can't touch them.
Man, you taking it there tonight? Oh man.
No, look, I don't know. I'm not a Moor, so I want clarity because from my understanding, that this government don't have any jurisdiction over any Moors. I mean, somebody help me out. Maybe we got some watching. Educate me. I don't know.
Right, let us know. We asking the question because
I'm asking for clarity.
Nothing out of this system, and I don't see no turn up in Michigan City right now. The way you turning up for George, what's his last name? Floyd.
Floyd, yeah.
This is a problem. This is a problem, family. And shout out to everybody on the turn up, not just in Minnesota, but in LA, in DC. Them brothers wasn't playing. The killer cops grabbed another brother and tried to beat the stuffing out of him, and them brothers jumped all over those killer cops. They didn't stand there and record. And shout out to the NFAC, the No Effing Around Commission. They ain't playing. And this is what I've been asking for. Where are you retired military and police officers at? Correction officers at? Court officers at? Where y'all at?
Or even the active ones.
Exactly, brother Tad. Where y'all at? Because they calling you. They got 15,000 strong. But of course, we need more than that. So if you sitting on your behind or hiding behind your pension, you a sucker right now. That's the way I see it, and that's the way I'm calling it out. Period. If you've never done nothing and you've never been on the front lines for our people and you hide behind a pension and a badge, you a sucker. And call up here if you don't like it. I'll give you the number later on where y'all can call up and make questions and comments. We ready. We got to give you that smoke tonight. We ready. We ready.
You know, sis, the sad part is that it's almost like rinse, wash, repeat, rinse, wash, repeat. What is it really going to take for our folks to really wake up and understand that this is an ongoing thing? We didn't just start this show this week. We didn't just start talking about the genocidal attacks that are against us, because what we're talking about is what's happening on the ground right now, on the grassroots level, in the local communities. We haven't even delved and peeled back the layers on what Bill Gates and Dr. Fauci is up to that got everybody quarantined and stuck in their house. People don't really realize this is an all-out genocidal attack on our people. And no matter how many decades, centuries, we've been telling folks that this is a genocidal attack. Our folks just won't wake up. The killer that murdered our brother Floyd, you know, Look at him with his hands in his pocket. Look at how careless he was. You know, I almost cried, but it was hard to cry because we've seen this before. It's almost like a repeat. You know, the guy said he was threatened, and how are you threatened when the man has his hands in his pockets? Anybody that feel threatened and got their hands up in front of them, he had his hands in his pocket and was ignoring the brother's plea. And sis, you know when I knew he was dying? When he started calling his mother. He started reverting back to his childlike nature, back to his innocence, to show his highest level of submission. And little did I know that at the time when I saw that his mother has passed away over a year ago. So he's calling to his ancestors like, please help. He's telling the people, please help. He's like, yo, they killing me. And we watched that man lose his life, literally take his last breath. And then to watch people sit here, well, they shouldn't be looting and they shouldn't be doing this. And you know, I'm always a proponent for looting. Because like I said, that comes out of our tradition of enslaved Africans. Because every time we ran away and left the plantation, we burnt it down. We burnt the cotton fields, we burnt the sugar fields, we burnt the rice fields, because you will not, and I repeat, you will not benefit off of our misery. We do not own Target. So if Target is getting looted, so what? They've been exploiting the community for how long? And it's the same mentality that we had on the plantation. If I leave, not only am I leaving, but you're not going to gain any profits either. So we're going to tear everything up and burn it down. But see, most people don't even know our own story. We don't know that tearing up these people's stuff is part of the rebellion. Target is not black owned, at least not as far as I know. Target don't put any programs in our communities, at least not that I know. They don't have any Feed the Hood programs, not that I know. So what are we really talking about? A man has lost his life. We are frustrated. We are tired. And granted, I wasn't out looting, but I support them. I support them tearing it down because we don't own it. They're just another branch of the system that's exploiting us. And I'd be lying if I said I don't shop at Target. I'd be lying. But where's our black-owned department stores? Why aren't we really focusing on developing our own business while we tear these things down? That's always been our call, us three right here. We said we don't mind you burning it down. Then at the same token, we advocate for entrepreneurs, development of black ownership, of black businesses. That's why we have two entrepreneurs on tonight, because we support black businesses. But we have to expose them to y'all because, of course, corporate dollars ain't going to sponsor black businesses. So it's upon us to celebrate, support, and inform people that we do have businesses out here, more than incense and oils, you know. But I'm gonna step off my soapbox real quick.
No, that's
for real, because you know, and I had, you know, you see the comments that come on social media, of course,
yeah,
and people don't understand that is resurrect. That's it. Excuse me. That is insurrection. That is insurrection. When we were on the plantations and living in slave quarters and wanted to gain freedom, they burned the plantations down. It's the same today. You don't own that. If you live in a neighborhood where the property is owned by you, the businesses are owned by you, the politics are controlled by you, that is a community. If that is not the case, you live in a neighborhood. And neighborhoods are not owned, they are rented.
Yep.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear on that. So I don't give two hoots what happens to their businesses. This is why on Thorough Black Talk Radio, we give you alternatives when we can. And so later on tonight, we're going to have two independent black-owned businesses, one here in the U.S., the other in Jamaica. We international with it. We're going to make it happen. And every week, by hook or crook, we're going to try to have a black-owned business that you all can find interest in, purchase things from. And shout out to my swap sisters. We just had a conversation last Saturday. We're putting together a team to have a web catalog of black businesses. You're going to be critiqued. We're going to give you what we like, what we didn't like, what you can improve on, all of that. Swap is on the case with it. We ain't playing out here. So shout out to my swap sisters, Tashima, Tiffany, Tawa, Takia, Kim, Denise, Lisa. Who I left out? Natasha,
Y'all deep.
Shamik. We ain't playing with
Y'all
you.
deep.
We ain't playing with you. We on it. So, and this is something that we live by. That's one thing I love about SWAP. That's a code we live by. Buy black first. And when we buy and we like, we promote it. Period. We don't ask nobody for nothing. So, go ahead, brother Ashe.
Before we exit this George Floyd topic, and we keeping it brief tonight because we do have some guests that we're going to bring on in a second. But, you know, a lot of our people, right? We see what's going on and we get discouraged and things of that nature, right? But let us not forget the true warriors that have really put in work, that have really given their lives for our people. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out there that actually picked up a weapon or picked up their fists, their hands, or whatever we could find to throw at these devils and use it against them. Not all of us are docile. Not all of us are going to sit back and be submissive and pull out our goddamn camera phones when we see another African that needs help. And that's the thing that we got to stop doing. Y'all got to stop pulling out your damn phones, because even if you got somebody out there that's willing to put in work or get into a physical altercation with the police, y'all gonna send them right to jail because y'all recording the whole goddamn thing. You got to know when to do that. Be strategic about it. Capture certain things that you need to capture. Play the game that these devils play. Just like they do with their body cameras, right? We'll never see the whole footage of the goddamn body camera. Why is that? And when we see the footage of the body camera, it's usually weeks or a month after the goddamn situation happened. So we got to start using that same strategy. Record just enough of their ass so we could get our people clear when they come to this court case. Cut them damn camera phones off and let's get to work. Let's put the beats on some of these people, because if you don't, you're going to see it. More and more of us are going to die. And what we doing? We letting them die for what? For footage? We got to stop that, family.
Yo, Ashe,
what's up?
Real quick, I want to salute our brother Trife Gangster, also known as Shanduke McFadder, in the GMAC organization. They was out on Nostrand and Gates the other day. But my son informed me that, because, you know, they were out there protesting. A young brother got shot out there by the police. And my son informed me that that was one of my little brothers. You know, so shout out to my young brother, Rick Walsh, you know what I'm saying? Speedy recovery. I'm glad he survived. But nonetheless, you know, I don't know all the details yet because he's still in the hospital. So it's kind of sketchy. But yeah, that kind of hit close to home too, you know. So these cops out here really trying to exterminate us, you know, and we really got to be mindful. Again, Rick is, you know, that's my younger brother, best friend, who, you know, they came up from, I watched them boys in Pampers. You know what I'm saying? So that's my little brother too. And he always acknowledged me as big bro. You know, so this stuff, we're not doing it just to talk rhetoric. I mean, we all are really affected by these killer cops, you know. And the only thing I can say is that us three right here been on this type of time before the cops been at our front door. We've been on this type of time. We didn't wait for the cops to come to our front door to decide to care, because we've been caring about our people and been caring for our people. It's just unfortunate that the most recent shooting in Brooklyn with the police involves my family, you know, and I'm just thankful that he's not a hashtag, you know. But we really got to be mindful. We really got to start building the trust factor. We really got to start developing self-love for one another, you know, because sometimes our people take us off our own balance. Sometimes our folks knock us off our square, because I've been dealing with folks that's been taking me out of my character, you know what I'm saying, and really making me feel a certain level of rage that is supposed to be reserved for the enemy, you know. Even with everybody now saying, black man, I love you, I appreciate you. I mean, don't do it now because it's trending. I needed that love last month. I needed that love last year. I've been needing that love. Where has that love been? Now all of a sudden, people, black man, we love you, we love you, we love you. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. And I'm going to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this from a bitter place. I'm just realizing the hypocrisy and the contradictions. that just because, you know, they saw our brother get murdered, now they want to love us. Are we going to be the same Nzane S the next week? You know what I'm saying? Or are we going to really take this momentum and really start healing our community? Because that's all it's really about. All of us are walking around with a level of pain that nobody could really understand, particularly during this quarantine. But if we really gonna start loving and fighting for each other, we really got to start loving and fighting for each other, because you ain't gonna fight wholeheartedly for somebody you don't love. That's why people can just pull out the camera and not push the cop, because they don't really see it as a brother. They see it as a black man, and the brother is just a new phase. Because I'm putting myself in that position. If that was my child, if that was my brother, would I really record, or would I jump in the mix and we really get it popping? Because see, the love ain't there. That's why nobody's really getting involved.
That's right.
And people only love us once we dead. And I'm just tired of the hypocrisy. I'm tired of it. We see it within this movement on how people try to, you know, when we was with the last joint and people was trying to finger point and talk bad about the New York chapter. And we's the one who was the most thorough and solid and held it down. So you can't kick dirt on our name because we stood tall. But people can show love for somebody they don't even know, but people that they broke bread and stood shoulder to shoulder with, they want to act like they got some dirt on somebody. Cut it out. And that's what I'm saying. I ain't trying to cast no spasm on nobody. I'm just saying I'm tired of the fake love. Because when I love somebody, I love you. And it's genuine. I don't care what we go through. I don't care what arguments we had. It's not going to supersede my love for you. Look, Ashe is my brother. Me and him could fight, bust each other nose and eyes up. And if he tell me he need me, I'm coming. Or vice versa. Like, yeah, we just fought, but we brothers, we could fight. Can't nobody else come fight us. And whatever we's fighting about is between us. That's like, you know how it is with the black family. I could talk about my family, but you can't talk about my family. I could fight my family, but you can't fight my family. But what do we see? We see everybody just watching us get murdered time and time again. And then after that, we a hashtag, I love you, black man. I love you, black man. I know who genuinely love me. I know about how they treat me. That's love. Don't say you love me just because I'm black. Because first you got to love yourself. Because that's that self-hatred that's not letting you really want to see good in me or for me. Because what you want for yourself, you want for your brother and sister. And if you don't want that for me, you must not want it for yourself. But, you know, let me get off my soapbox. I just had to put that out there real quick because I'm just tired of the fraudulence. Rinse, wash, repeat.
You're 100% correct. And we only got a couple more minutes before we bring our guests on. Sister Keisha, you want to touch on any other topics or what you want to do, Queen?
Well, first, before we move on, let's just understand that we cannot expect a system of white supremacy and aggression to investigate itself thoroughly and we come out with justice. This police officer who had his knee on the neck of George Floyd, he was a 19-year veteran. He had 12 police misconduct complaints. No disciplinary action, y'all. None.
Ain't that the same with the Latino officer here in New York?
Garcia.
Not too long. Yeah, him. Ain't it the same story?
Right here out of New York, who beat the stuffing out of this dude, beat him out of his slides, and Bill de Blasio, the mayor, got the nerve to get on Twitter and talk about what's happening. Oh, it's a travesty, what's happening in Minnesota. Deal with your own goddamn city. We suffering right here in New York, fool. We suffering right here in New York. Police stationed outside of black neighborhoods like they in Beirut or Iraq somewhere. And let me tell our people something. Get your mess together. Get your stuff together. Stop being out here on these corners late at night acting a fool. Get your mind right. Get your body right. Better Days Ahead Fitness, y'all. Get your mind right. Get your body right. And get ready because we are at war. And I've been saying the purge is real. The purge is real. And y'all on top of cars twerking and acting a fool. I'm not coming to save y'all. I'm going to tell you right now. some of y'all got to go.
Now, was that
real
Brownsville
talk.
or East New York? Was that Brownsville or was that East New York?
Brownsville.
Yeah, figures.
Hold up and check yourselves. You got elders who live amongst you. It's your responsibility to make sure they're all right. While you got these killer cops out here. You're supposed to be on patrol. Where you live. Where we live, the three of us, we live in 3 different areas in the city. We on patrol where we at. You ain't gonna come where we at with no nonsense. That's how we roll over here. But I'm gonna get off my soapbox because I'm getting a little hot. A little frustrated over here. Let me cool myself down.
No, you're right, sis, because you know what? We gotta check. You're right, because we gotta check our folks too. You know, that foolishness and shenanigans. I don't know if folks saw it. You know, them folks was pretty much having a full-blown block party, standing on people's cars, and all kind of foolishness, twerking and just gyrating and just out there looking crazy. And they act, you know, whether COVID is conspiratorial or not, people are really dying out here because of this thing. And we can't be naive to that. I don't care if it was made in the laboratory or it fell out of rain cloud. It's still killing people. And even if you don't die, you can take it to grandma's house or something, and you'll be responsible for your own grandparents' death. How about that? We got to start being mindful and being smart about things, because we got enough foolishness to deal with than bringing foolishness into our own backyards. Because those are our children. Those young people are our children. And that's how I always look at them. You know, I don't look at them as somebody separate. I don't say them people or they. Those are our children. And sometimes we got to spank our children because they be losing their damn minds. Because I ain't going to lie, that was straight foolishness. That was straight foolishness.
Real talk.
You saw the video?
It's time to clean up. Clean up and get right. Get your minds right. You got music playing all type of night. Don't listen. Don't give nobody no ammo against you. Be ready at all costs.
Exactly.
You don't know if they creeping up behind you or not, because you on top of cars smoking a blunt and twerking. You look crazy. Get your minds right. Get your bodies right. So, Brother Ashe, any final thoughts before we bring our guests in here? Because we about ready to roll.
I see we got somebody in the queue. So,
yeah, we got both our guests ready. We got them both here.
All right. Who we setting it off with first?
We're going to bring in Sister Tam went out for a second. So I told you all it's very important here on Thorough Black Talk Radio that we promote independent Black businesses. This is something that we live by, and we want you all to live by. And so tonight we have 2 event coordinators that I think you all want to know about, want to check out, and not just know about and check them out, but spread the word. One resides right here in New York City, the other in Jamaica. And so just in case, you know, you like Brother Tad or Brother Ashe or Sister Keisha, we travel. You know, I'm coming up on my 50th Earth Day. And if this city don't open up, I might have to call Sister Ingrid and get it popping in the grill. Get it popping the 50th. I don't care if it be in December. I'm getting it popping. For real. So, those of you who know me and know me well, you know, recently I renewed my wedding vows of 20 years of marriage. And I wanted to do it in Jamaica because that's where, you know, my husband is from. That's his birthplace. And so I wanted to do it there because when we got married here in the U.S., the majority of his family could not attend. And so we did that. But, you know, I'm the type, I ain't got time for no planning. I ain't decorating jack. I ain't going to look for nothing. Even our clothes, you know, shout out to Mushood. You know, shout out to Mushood. I went to Mushood and I gave him my vision. I gave him my colors. And the brother dressed me and my husband from head to toe.
That's what's up.
Totally professional. got us in, got us out, fitted us. We was good to go. So shout out to Moshood right here in Brooklyn.
We love Moshood.
Definitely a staple, a legend here in Brooklyn. But when I went to Jamaica now, we originally had it planned at a certain venue. And then, of course, because of course, time constraints and things of that nature, a lot of people had to cancel out. And so, like I said before, I'm not into no planning. I'm not decorating nothing. I'm the type, let me find out who it is, who can get it done for me. I will pay that cost and let them handle all the headache, And so I was searching and searching, and I found Sister Ingrid. I found her, and
Hey, good night, everyone.
Shout out to Sister Misty. She has a Facebook page, Everything About Jamaica. Actually, she's from the U.S. and she resides in Jamaica now. But she promoted this sister on her page, and I said, I like what I'm seeing. Let me reach out to her. And so I did just that. I sent her an email. She got right back to me. I ain't have to wait 2 weeks. None of that. She got right to me. She asked me what my vision was, and she said, I got it from here. I got it from here. Yeah. And when we arrived, we met, we had a conversation, we chat for an hour. She looked through the site where we wanted everything to be held, and she said, no worries. I mean, she took care of my makeup artist, everything.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we took care of business, and she took care of me. And so I thought it would be great that, I introduce you all to her this evening and let you all know what it is that she does in case you want to go to Jamaica, you want to have a party, you want to get your vows renewed, you want to have an anniversary, whatever it is. Sister Ingrid Spencer can take care of you. Sister, introduce yourself to Thorough Black Talk listening audience and let them know what it is that you do and do best.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone from Jamaica. I'm saying hello from Jamaica. I am Ingrid Grandison, and I own and operate Rush Creative Weddings and Events in Negril, Jamaica. We are on the Norman Manley Boulevard, in the midst of everything that is in Negril. And we do from a pin to an anchor. So whatever it is, whether it's a business retreat, vow renewal, destination wedding, bachelorette party, whatever it is that is an event, we will get you fixed up. All we need to know is your vision, and we'll bring it to light. I'm very creative, and I think that when I do a wedding for a bride, or I do a birthday party, or whatever it is, it should be unique to the person. So a lot of times we made our own centerpieces. We look a lot and get inspiration from everything around us, whether it's gonna be a coconut or it's gonna be the sea as your backdrop. We do it all. So we just need to talk to you, ask you a few questions. A lot of times, as long as we ask you a few questions, we will bring your dream to a reality. I do weddings all over Negril, and not even only Negril, but anywhere in Jamaica. We pack up our van and we're ready to roll. So whether you want to have it in Kingston, Sentence Bay, Runaway Bay, wherever, as long as it's in Jamaica, we will travel there and make your dream a reality. So what else? We're looking after this pandemic and everything, that you guys come on over, have something. Well, now we are introducing business retreat. We're introducing we're hoping to get a lot of business coming on board. Whether you guys want to come down for a couple of days, we would find hotel, set up each day, whether it's gonna be lunch, whether it's gonna be dinner, whatever it is, we are introducing that as our new product after the pandemic. And I boast on being the person that I always answer my bride or whosoever it is that needs our service. I always answer, sometimes all in my sleep, because that's where a lot of people, because if you're doing a destination wedding and you want a quick answer to a question, I always said to my staff that I need to be there, so I can wake up at 12 o'clock in the night and I see a question and I would answer it. So it's like we don't close, but that's what we do. We want you to feel comfortable when you confirm your event with us.
Definitely, definitely. And like I said, family, I can attest to that. When you doing something at a destination location, and I'm glad, she's working with a lot of businesses right now. So if you want to have your retreat, your organization, y'all have a retreat, you want to go to Jamaica and you don't feel like setting up, planning and all of that, please go to Raj Creative Weddings and Events. She has a YouTube page as well. Shout out to her son Shane. He was definitely on site with us in Jamaica, and I was busy trying to make sure the family was taken care of, making sure the restaurant was taken care of, and just running around. And she just held my hand and she said, "I got you. Just you take care of you. I have you." And she got the makeup artist for me down there. She just took care of everything, literally everything for me. And as she said, whatever questions I had, whatever add-ons or takeaways that I had, she was quick on it to answer anything that I had, and definitely took care of business. And that's what I love. That's what I love. And so when I met her and we conversed, I said, you my sister for life now, you my sister for life. Yeah. So, as I said here on this platform, it's important that we introduce to you all Black-owned businesses so that we take care of our own, support our own, and bring the businesses to our own, especially when customer service is superb. And I can tell you that Raj Creative Weddings and Events customer service is superb. I'm telling y'all that. Y'all know I don't tell no lies over here. So if I'm telling you it's the real, it's the real. So she definitely took care of everything, and it was beautiful. My husband was leaving a little choked up. He was about to start crying. I said, uh-oh, she done got a tear out of Mr. Forrester. Now, it was on point because, my husband is the same way. He's not into no planning, none of that. How much it costs, and let's get somebody to get it done. That's the way he moves. So, we did that, and she just rest assured both of us that everything was taken care of. And it was. When I came out there, it was just spectacular. And I couldn't ask for anything more. And again, shout out to you, sis. We have your Facebook posted up. We're going to have it on our webpage. Also, the link to your YouTube channel so that people can check out what it is that you do. And I'm telling you, family, the rates are extremely reasonable. No excuse. I'm telling you, the rates are extremely reasonable. And you can make it, and she can make it happen. Her and her son Shane, they make it happen. So I am thankful, and honored to know you. And I can't wait to see you. We be back there soon. So, like I said, if they don't open up this state, you know, where I could party and have my 50th birthday the way I want to,
Yeah.
you know, I'm calling you.
Come on down.
I know you got. So I don't gotta worry about nothing. So
Yeah.
I thank you. Don't hang up yet because we want you to check out another sister that we have, and you know, maybe both of you can do some things together. And that's also very important here that we network.
Keisha.
Sounds great.
Keisha, hold up. I got a question for our guests. How you
Go
doing?
ahead.
When I come down there, right? Will y'all be able to like play any like Beanie Man versus Bounty battles? You know, like the verse. Did you like hook that up in my wedding ceremony somehow? Like that's what I want.
Everything. You just leave everything. As long as I ask you a couple of questions and see your vision, it's done.
Boom.
You can rest assured that it's done. And we have 100%. We don't. I've never had a wedding or anything that somebody said, "Oh, I didn't like this," or you didn't do that you're supposed to do. As long as we ask you a couple of questions and know your vision, know your direction that you're going in, it's done.
Yeah, man. Sight.
Yep. Yes, that's how we do it. It's
Brother
your
Tad,
big
any questions for our guests?
Oh nah, no questions for me. I can't wait to get to Jamaica. I just want to party for me getting off the plane. That's it.
That's right.
They definitely can take care of it. Now,
That's
family,
right.
hold on to your hats now. Because like I said, if they open up this state,
we also do transportation. So from you're at the airport, it's on. And if it's a bachelorette party, we have our team that goes with you to party in the club, or if it's just a reggae night out or something, whatever it is that make it happen.
I told you.
Yes,
I told you. She come with that smoke. I told you.
Yep. Right. Just right where you want it. We have you. We have your back. As long as you confirm with us, it's on.
Right. We gotta connect up with our King Simon too, because that brother, he's one of the biggest event planners in New York City, and he's of Jamaican descent. So I'm sure he would love to have a connection out there with you, with your space, and mess around, have an event at your space. So we should definitely connect with.
Sounds good. And we also have arrangement with some of the small hotels that they give us some packages on special deals.
Okay.
That's nice.
So it's no excuse, family. It's no excuse.
No excuse.
I told you.
So we all going to Jamaica when this COVID is over.
Yeah, man. Yes.
Brother Kifaru, Sister Katasha, y'all hear that, right? We're all going to Jamaica.
Yep. Just make the link, man. Just make the link. No, you have the link. Just make it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Link.
All right.
Your mic is muted, sis. Keisha, your mic is muted.
Okay, family, I got it. Now I told y'all we covering the globe. So if you in the tri-state, we got another event planner for you right here, straight out of New York.
Yeah.
Our sister Tam.
Yeah.
Tam Reynolds. Let me tell you, Glamour Inc. Brother Ashe gonna post the info for you later on. But like I said, if they open up the state, I'm not doing no planning. I'm calling Sister Tam. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not decorating jack. What is the cost? This is my vision. Period. Now, that's how the foresters move. That's how we roll.
Tammy, ain't you Jamaican too? I think Tammy Jamaican, or she's Jamaican.
No, she just live in Jamaica.
Exactly.
Queens, that is.
She just rocking Jamaica Queen. Stop playing.
I'm actually a Southerner.
What up, sis?
Hello. Did you hear me?
We hear you.
Yep,
Oh,
loud
okay.
and clear.
Okay.
But like I said here, family, if you have an event, whatever it is, office party, whatever it is, you could call Glamour Inc. She'll take care of you. Give her your vision. She'll take care of you. I was supposed to use her here last year, but of course plans changed and we couldn't make that happen to family. But I just had my brother come out of institution of serving 26 years for a crime he did not commit, and the family is looking to have an event, or at least I am, for him when this whole thing is over as well. And I'm calling Sister Tam. I'm not trying to do nothing. I'm not doing that. That ain't my forte. What I do on these airwaves, I do best. I let them do what they do best. Period. That's it. So, Sister Tam, I know you. The team knows you. Introduce yourself to our listeners and viewers and let us know what Glamour Inc. is all about.
Hello, everyone. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to all of you for just giving me this opportunity to introduce our business. It's not just me, it's also my cousin, Pam, and a good friend of mine, Toyin, Sister Toyin. Sister Keisha, you know her very well as well. And like you said, we do it all. Weddings, birthday parties, baby showers, retirement parties, office events. As a matter of fact, in July, even though we have the epidemic going on, we're going to be doing a drive-by baby shower. So hopefully once this is over, we can get back to what we do best. This is really my side business. And but it's something that I truly enjoy. It's something that I've really been doing as a young girl for a long time. And within the last few years, just kind of turned it into a business. And this is something I'm looking forward to doing after retirement, hopefully.
Now, how do you do a drive-by baby shower? How does that work?
Yeah, actually, we're going to decorate outside of the house. And then the guests are just going to just pull up and drop their gifts and keep it moving.
Okay.
So we'll give them a little small thank you bag, and that's it.
That's really creative.
Yeah, because people still want to, unfortunately, they want to celebrate, but we have to be safe first. So we just try to, gonna try to come up with something as safe as possible, but at the same time, still, create a memory.
Now, I've been fortunate enough to witness you work firsthand. All right. Thank you for doing my daughter's wedding reception and things like that. And of course, in the office, because we work in the same office. So, what did I want to say though? Do you have any pictures that you can really show the people how you take a bland space and just make it like you make it? Because I mean, you take a regular office and then you just really glamorize it. Do you have any pictures to show the people?
Only what's on my social media page.
I think Sister Keisha's on the case.
Okay.
Brother Ashe got it. He got it.
Brother Ashe got it.
But actually, that's a good idea. So I guess my next event, I'll make sure the space is empty first, and then I will show the finished product, because that is, part of it, which I enjoy so much. It's just going into a space, looking at it, and coming up with an idea.
Oh, okay.
So, as long as the customer tell me what their favorite color is or what theme they may like, it doesn't matter. We try best to make sure we matched their idea of what they're looking for.
That's what I'm talking about. And I've definitely seen your work, and definitely recommend it. I'm very impressed by what I see, and just knowing you, on a regular, I know your character and I understand your business sense. And it is important, like I said, that we encourage our people to do business with our own.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
in particular, in this climate, you know, it is
Yeah,
very, very important that we do business with each other. And like I said, Sister Tim, maybe you and Sister Ingrid could bounce some ideas off each other and network. And maybe she knows people who coming into New York and
yeah,
need somebody to do something on this end, and
yeah,
she
absolutely.
to
Look,
make that happen. She could connect with Glamour Inc.
right.
And make that happen. So this is what it's about, family. This is what we're talking about. As you see, Brother Ashe showing the pictures on the webpage. And I can tell you, Sister Tam, we definitely got to get back out on the road again. Those of you who don't know, it's something that I find that I have, very dear to me, and that is that we as Black women get outdoors, work out outdoors, explore the outdoors. And so biking is something that I seriously love. I never thought that I would, especially at this time in my life. But, my youngest sister, she gifted me with a bike. And it's just the best thing for me personally, to be out in the outdoors. And so last year, I got together a group of Black women to meet each other, to network, and to bike and hike in the outdoors. And we had a great time. And now, Sister Tam gave me the 1-2 that the park has been expanded. So we're going to expand our ride and our hike this year. So all of the sisters, if you live in the tri-state area, in particular New York City, and you want to be on the road with us in the great outdoors and get that, that introduction to your life that will help you better your life. Shout out to my cousin Risa, my cousin Connie. Shout out to Veronica, who was out there. Tan was out there. Maury was out there. Marcia, I see you, baby, was out there. Tawa was out there. We just had a great, great time getting outdoors, networking, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger. I hope to make this a yearly event. So those of you who are interested, we'll definitely keep you updated and keep you posted to when that's going to happen. I like to keep it closer in September, where the humidity is not as high, because when you're biking, in particular on the roads, and you're going up mountains, that altitude and that humidity can hit you in a way. And if you're not used to it, it can, tire you out easily. I'm not going to call no names of people who got tired out real quick.
Who got tired? Who got tired?
We had to leave some behind. But, the good thing about it is that we all came together as Black women to support each other and to do this thing. I got into it. Shout out to everybody who's a part of Outdoor Afro. And that includes everybody who goes skydiving, to mountain climbing, to hiking, to biking, all of these things in the great outdoors. And so I definitely support that movement. So this, hopefully September, they open up this state right, we'll be back out there. Get your bikes ready. And even if you don't have a bike, we go to the Shirley Chisholm National State Park. You can actually rent bikes there for free. So in case you don't have a bike, you can choose one, that's fitted to you, and just go along the waterway and have a good time as Black women. So again, thank you, Sister Tam. Any other final words you want to give us, sis?
No, I definitely encourage people to. That's another one of my second loves. It's definitely riding bikes, running, just being outdoors and getting that fresh air and that vitamin D. So
Tell them who your trainer. Tell them who your trainer.
my weight trainer, Trainer Tad.
That's
Coach
right.
Tad, correction.
That's
Coach
right.
Tad.
That's right.
Better days ahead. Definitely, we've been riding bikes and doing some running for a while. I actually missed it this year. So,
Yeah.
and don't
Definitely.
forget, once things do open up, please reach out to us. We're reasonable. We try to work with you, and to bring your whatever you want to celebrate to light.
Definitely. And sisters and brothers, follow us on Facebook, like the page, share the page. We're definitely going to have both of these women's business and contact information on our page so that it can be easy and accessible to you. And I'm telling you, customer service is superb. And we definitely love that. And so again, family, we want to thank you two for coming out and sharing your vision, your business with our people, because like I said, the time is now. The time
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Definitely to put everything in. As she said, we ride out. She was just there last week. She gave me a call. She was like, so, stay in contact with us. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Like our YouTube. Subscribe, share, because this is the community drum. This program, this broadcast is just not for the three of us who are hosts, but it is the community drum. And this is where we bring it together. So, like I say, if you go into Jam Rock, I'm telling you, if you headed that way, even if you just want to have a night with you and your crew.
What part of Jamaica?
Call. She got you. If you want to get into the party, you want to get into the club, she got you. Trust me when I tell you this. I'm telling you.
Is it again? Was it in the grill?
Of course.
Yeah, it's the grill Jamaica.
Yes, it was. It was in the grill. And like I said, as soon as my feet touched the ground, I got in the hotel. I took a quick shower because you know me. I don't like germs. Everything skeeved me the hell out. So I got to the hotel, took a quick shower. I met with her like 4 o'clock in the afternoon or in the evening. Mm-hmm. We had the business, and she said, I got you from here.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry.
And that was it. That was it. I didn't have to do nothing. I'm telling you that. So, and if you here in New York, in the tri-state area, the same goes for Sister Tam. All you got to do is give her a call. She going to make it happen. She going to bring your vision to life for you. I'm telling you. So if they open up this damn state, you're going to see Sister Tam's work, because I'm definitely going to reach out to her because I ain't doing nothing. So this is the 5-0 for me. So I'm definitely ain't doing nothing at all. So I'm definitely going to reach out to Tam and make it happen. And again, listen, when you turn 50, you get to celebrate the whole year. I'm telling you right now. You turn 50, you get to do what the hell you want. The whole year. And we're going to kick the party off here, but we're going to end it in the grill. And I might have to give you another call, Sister Ingrid. And I know you'll answer the call for me and make it happen. So again,
yeah, man, we are ready and waiting.
So you are. Thank you again, ladies, for tuning in and coming in and giving us your insight and your perspective. And we'll definitely keep in touch and post that information, and so that our community drum can have access to you ladies as well. Y'all have a good evening. You can hang out with us if you want, chill out with us, do what you do. We gonna make it happen. All right, Sister Tam, I know she busy. She probably getting ready to do a run in the morning. I don't mess with Sister Tam because she be on the go. I'm trying to get on her level. That's where I'm trying to go. I'm trying to get on her level. I told you, we don't mess around over here. We very thorough. We don't mess around over here. So again, ladies, thank you. But we're going to continue our program. I got a word from Brother Ray that as soon as the state opens up, the Mackey Study Group will be back in full effect, and hopefully we'll get him on and Brother Mike Graves to come on and talk about the Professor William Mackey study. It's very important that you study and know who you are so that you can connect the dots for what is happening today. Some of us are out here floating. You can't connect the dots. You know, I told you, you know, people, some black people, Brother Tad, they're in uproar. They saying, you know, why you burning down where you live? You don't own nothing there.
For real.
Headquarters, when they burned it down, they didn't own nothing. That's insurrection. Now, if we have Black Wall Streets, where if you live where you control the properties, you control the businesses, and you control the politics, that is a community. We live in neighborhoods. That is a difference. We don't have no respect for those businesses who support candidates that support police departments, correction unions, especially because we talk a lot about the police, but we negate the fact that these correctional officers are just as wicked, just beastly, if not worse. We don't pay attention to what goes on behind the wall, but on Thorough Black Talk, we do.
That's right.
We do.
That's right. We're gonna take some calls too. We want to jump back into these hot topics. We got a half hour left. We know it's a lot of things to talk about. We got a line right here. So if you guys want to give us a call, we'll pull you right in. We could discuss whatever you want to talk about. If you have a question,
give them that number, Ashe.
If you want to ask one of our guests that's still in the queue on the line about their business, whatever it is, you could call this number right here, and we'll let you right in.
But please keep the questions brief, okay? Because we don't have much time. All right.
That's right. That's right. And as usual, no profanity, no N-word on our platform. But yeah, Sister Keisha, what you want to jump into now? Because we already talked about a little bit about this George Floyd thing. You know, it's a lot of other killings, a lot of other things that's going on right now, which I feel like y'all want to talk about, fam.
Well, I want to talk about Karen in the park.
That's where I was going to see. We in sync here, man. We in sync.
Of course, my sister. And, you know, and I'm gonna keep it brief, and I because you know I always got to reiterate this. You know, please stop underestimating these women. Please stop acting like they're your friends. They may be friendly, but they're not your friends. And in fact, they're worse than their male counterparts. Okay, as we can see. Anytime we think about Black Wall Street, anytime we think about Emmett Till, anytime we think about Rosewood, we got to remember who was at the core of all of these issues. Whether it was the Central Park Five or the Scottsboro Boys, we got to remember who was at the core of it. So please, please, please don't underestimate these people. In fact, as Dr. Claude Anderson told us in one of his books, you know, because of these women's evilness, they created the Casual and Killing Act in Virginia because these women were constantly beating our children to death. So just so that they don't get convicted to the full extent of the law, they created the Casual and Killing Act for these women. Be mindful of who they are. Please don't fall for it. Please don't fall for it. And that's all I want to say right there to that. Sister Keisha, you want to add on to that?
Well, I told you all many times before that you have to be careful because these race soldiers are on code. They are on code. They don't care about, they don't care about getting in trouble. They don't care about losing jobs, even though she shed a little crocodile tears. They don't care about that. They are on code. They don't like each other, but when it comes to us, they on code. We got to get to that point. We got to be black first. Be on code.
And sis, real quick, to your point about being on code, the brother's Floyd girlfriend is also of the opposite spectrum. And she was on code. She was on code. I just had to slide that in there.
Please tell these people. Please let them know.
Yeah, his white girlfriend was on code. He would have wanted forgiveness. Please don't tear nothing up. She's protecting her heritage, her legacy. She know where her bread is buttered. She was on code. All right. She didn't say burn it down. She didn't say tear it up. These people murdered my husband, my boyfriend. Nah, she wasn't mad at all. In fact, she was trying to use her influence to calm the people down. So we got to be mindful, as Sister Keisha said, they're on code. They protect their interests. And you have to know what their interest is. Their interest is self-preservation of them and their people. That's it. They'll make love to you, but they don't love you. Be mindful of that. Because she was not angry. She was talking some other stuff. But I digress. Brother Ashe, Sister Keisha.
Nah, that's facts. That's dead on point, man. I mean, it's time and time again these things happen, but the things that all people don't pay enough attention to or highlight is the intention. The intention that these devils have.
Yes.
When they make their phone calls, when they say, I'm going to call the police on you, it is not to arrest you. It's to do you harm. And that's what a lot of people are not recognizing. So when we have this idiot, yeah, and I'm going off because I'm upset. I've been holding it back, trying to keep it cool because, we got some guests on the show. We all about black business and stuff. But Ashe is really tight right now because you got this idiot that's going to have the nerve to record this devil, make it go viral as if he wants to showcase and highlight her devilish ways. And then he want to jump right in and say, oh, her life shouldn't be wrecked. And her whole life shouldn't be torn apart because of what's going on. But then when you look at it, it's like, oh, okay. To me, I'm looking at it like this. He ain't getting no camera time. This video went viral, but it was the devil that you saw in the video. He ain't getting no camera time. So I'm thinking, oh, now he want to get camera time. He must have second thought, second guess. Now you see another article come out. It got a full picture of his ass. And what is he wearing? What is he wearing in that picture that it shows? A rainbow flag t-shirt. So all of this is intentional, it's strategic. These people are playing games with us. You know what I'm saying? They try to act like, and this goes hand in hand with what we talk about with these fake leaders. As we started talking about in the beginning of the show. These fake people that's coming out, saying these things, making it sound like they really about black people and black liberation. When really they don't know the first goddamn thing about liberation. They just want to do things for the camera. And it's 2020. It's the year 2020. It's no excuse for people to still be running around here talking about some goddamn Black Lives Matter. How do y'all not know in the year 2020, the aggressions and the evil things that this organization, Black Lives Matter, has done to our people? When I say die, don't ever say some goddamn Black Lives Matter. Don't ever hashtag my name with no goddamn Black Lives Matter. And if you don't know, this your first time in a kind of cipher like this with real insurrectionists, I'm not going to give you the whole history. You can look it up. But Black Lives Matter, they undermined the true warriors. That's what they always do. Just to keep it brief, they undermine the true warriors. Shout out to our brother Ashe, to the warrior King D. Seals. That was on the front line, stood there with the mother and the parents of Mike Brown on that car when he first died, was really out there on the front line in Ferguson.
And was murdered by killer cops.
It was murdered by the goddamn police. And what did Darren Seals say about Black Lives Matter? And I'm going to end with this, because y'all could do the rest of y'all damn research and look it up for yourself. It's 2020. We should know this. King D. Seals said they came on the front line with their Twitter fingers and they wasn't even there when the real revolutionaries was rioting and doing the real work. But they showed up afterwards for the camera with their picket signs to highlight Black Lives Matter, when we know Black Lives Matter is George Soros, a white devil, funded and basically founded it. But it was founded by homosexual women. And if you go on their website, you'll see they have no space up there for the black man. So how is that balance? How is that how is that ma'at? How is that family? How is that African-centered? And we already know the history of George Soros. Every time there's somewhere on the planet, not just with black people, with Latin people in South America, all over the goddamn world, you see him in the backgrounds giving money out so they could do his agenda. And that's exactly what Black Lives Matter doing. Why you think today in Union Square, New York City, probably right now still, Union Square is full with a whole bunch of people with picket signs. Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. But they ain't doing they want to bust a grape in a goddamn fruit fight. But then you got the real warriors out there. Shout out to the brothers, the whole collective of men, black men that got together and said, yo, we gonna arm up. We gonna go to these devil houses.
NFAC.
What is it? The NFAC. And I know that was a collective of other brothers that came together that collaborated with the NFAC. But there's other brothers out there too that's not getting camera time that's really putting in work. Real revolutionaries. And what happens? They get arrested or get killed, or it seems like they commit suicide. And we know that ain't the damn truth. How come every real revolutionary that's on the front line go out by suicide? Because these devils are setting up the real revolutionaries. They only put in the people that's watering it down. You go in Union Square right now, you don't see no black people out there. You might see 5 black people and 1,000 other races out there. Like it's real revolution, like they're really doing something. But all they're doing is chanting no justice, no peace. When did that come out, Brother Ty? Y'all older than me, Sister Keisha. Didn't that come out in the 60s or the 70s? No justice, no peace, when they first started saying that?
Damn near.
A long ass time ago. Y'all still using the same methods from back then. Knowing it's not effective. But that's the thing. People are not stupid. They know. They know that these things are not effective and it's not going to work. It's just people don't really want to change the system. And the thing is, you can't change the goddamn system. You got to burn the whole thing down and start from scratch. So these are the things that we have to really pay attention to. And like I said, the number is on the bottom because we really do want to get some people to get up in here, get your comments. This is, like Keisha said earlier, this is a forum for all of us. This is not just for us. You know what I'm saying? So hit that number right there if you want to call us, and I'll pull you right in. But these are the things that we have to pay attention to. Now, I put a post up, and I hailed up some of the real warriors. Like I just said, King D. Seals, the brother that was on the front line. If y'all don't know who Darren Seals is, look him up, please. Real warrior. Shout out to Mika X, Mika Xavier Johnson, who picked, and you got a lot of people on social media talking about, oh, black people ain't gonna do this. We ain't gonna do that. I don't know why we acting this tough with the black people. We ain't gonna do this to the white man. Are y'all paying attention? Just because it's not highlighted or you don't see as much memes about it, don't mean that there's real warriors out here that put in work. Mika X, for example. Corinne Gaines, sister, young sister, said that I ain't going out like that. I know something is wrong. I'm going to arm myself up. I'm going to defend my family. And that weak-ass black dude that she had with her ran out right on her ass. So where the black men at? It's time to stand up, right? So we had so many other warriors. We also had, what was it, maybe 10, 20 years ago, Colin Ferguson. He put in that real work. No picket signs, no marching, just real revolutionaries ready to fight. We had, just recently, matter of fact, I talked about this on one of our first shows. What was this, like 3 weeks ago? I talked about Robert Williams.
Robert F. Williams, yes.
No, not Robert F. Williams, even though I love that. I love that his name is Robert Williams. And it's in relation. It sounds like Robert F. Williams, but I'm talking about Robert Williams from the Bronx. Before that was in the Bronx and got pissed off and tired of the police officers and went and shot. He went straight up in a van, shot 2 police officers outside, went inside the goddamn precinct in the Bronx afterwards and killed some police officers and really put in work. But a lot of y'all think that these signs and this marching is going to change something. It's not. I mean, violence is not the only thing. We have to have our economics up. We got to have our mentality, our spiritual level up. We got a lot of healing to do, but it's also a lot of blood debts that need to be paid. Revolution and freedom is taken in blood. And until we're ready to die for this, until we're ready to give up our lives, until we're ready to kill for this, we ain't never gonna be free, family. Brother
That's
Taz,
that's 100. And like he said, you know, you got a few minutes. 929-356-4004. 929-356-4004. If you want to make a comment, because we about to log off in about 15 minutes. But as my brother said, you do have true warriorship. And again, shout out to those brothers, the NFAC. This is a group of about 15,000 retired military brothers who came together. They went down there in Georgia when Ahmaud Arbery was shot. They went to the killer, to the white aggressionist killer bastard's house. That's why the police held him. They wasn't going to arrest them. They held them because those black men with guns went down there. They was looking in his house, looking in his windows, and they wasn't playing. They were not playing. You think we could sing our way out of this? You can hold up signs your way out of this. You can vote your way out of this. That's a goddamn lie. And I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm going to stay on these politicians behind. I have had it with all of them, with every last one of them, in New York, in California, in Georgia. It doesn't matter. I'm coming for them.
And you know what's crazy, sis? Years ago, and I'm glad they did what we said years ago. We said instead of showing up to City Hall, instead of going to the home of the person that was murdered or going to the site where they was murdered, where did we say they should go? Right to the murderer's house. And see, that's what needs to start happening. People need to start showing up at these people's cribs, terrorizing their family, making their children get scared. Like, Daddy, there's a bunch of black people outside with guns, and it's a lot of them. They need the fear of God put back into them and put back in their place, because it's almost like they forget who we are. And subconsciously they know who we are, but in terms of how they deal with us, they act like they forget who we are. You know, and I was glad to see that they even went down there and went to that man's house, because enough is enough. And we do have to start showing up where they are. Stop protesting in our own communities. That killer ain't in our community. Go to his house. And that's what they did. So I definitely got to salute them brothers for that. And sisters. Salute the brothers and sisters for that. You know, because I think we said that enough times. You have to show up at the killer's doorstep, not at the victim's doorstep. You know, it's counterproductive.
And then too, you know, we're going to have to get solution based. It is very important that we have a legal defense fund.
Definitely.
One of the solutions that we must have is a legal defense fund, because you have a lot of people who are getting involved for the betterment of us all, and they need a legal defense fund. As I said last week, I posted and put up the information for the brother Kenneth Walker, who was the boyfriend of Breonna Taylor, who was shot and murdered in her own home. And this brother, he picked up his firearm, legal firearm that is, and he shot one of the officers in the leg. And again, kudos to Judge Olu Stevens, who released him on his own recognizances until the trial takes place. We have to protect the judge as well, because he's also been getting a lot of flack, because he has been standing up for quite a long time against district attorneys who have been stacking the juries against our people. And we have to protect those who are on the front line. We need a legal defense fund. 2, it's important that we get involved in local politics. We have to take total control. You have to be agitators where you are. Every politician in this city know who the hell I am, because I stay on their behinds like white on rice. Like Brother Taz said, today it was Mayor de Blasio, and I stayed on him and his wife. Eric Adams, Yvette Clarke, Hakeem Jeffries, Nikki Lucas, all of them. I don't give a damn, because when Garcia beat that dude out of his slides in Lower Manhattan, you didn't hear a mumbling word from none of those bastards that y'all voted and put in office. Now, if it happened to another ethnic group, you will see press conference after press conference after press conference on their behalf. In particular, Eric Adams. And yeah, I'm gonna keep riding that fool. When Sister Thelma was beaten like a runaway slave in the Red Apple Nail Salon, that bastard didn't show up. But when some graffiti was written on the gate of an Asian business, he had a press conference, and that was a week after, you coward. You a coward. Yvette Clarke, you a coward. Bill Perkins, you a coward.
That's right.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. And y'all keep voting these idiots. Talk about, let me tell you something. Don't tag me in no nonsense on social media. I'm not playing with y'all. Talking about, well, if we don't vote for Trump, then if we don't vote for Biden, we're going to get 4 more years of Trump. What the hell has the Democrats ever done for you? Wow. Tell me, under every Democratic president you had, including the last one you had who looked just like you, this fool wrote legislation, the Blue Act, to protect police officers.
That's right, Obama.
He wrote the Blue Act to protect police officers. Not you. Joe Biden, read the crime bill, 1984 crime bill. The reason why a lot of our brothers and sisters were thrown in the penitentiary in the 80s and the 90s were courtesy of Joe Biden. Yep. Let's be clear on that. I'll get the statue for you and post it on our page. I don't play about it. Don't tell me Biden is a better choice. Are you out of your goddamn mind? We have suffered greatly under Democrats. Show me when we have it. And I'll kiss the goddamn ground you walk on. But right. I won't be kissing the ground because you can't show me that. So don't tell me nothing about no. And I don't care if he get Stacey Adams, Kamala Wicked Harris, her too. She was putting so many people in jail in San Francisco that they had to tell her to stop. This is real talk.
That's right.
This is real talk. We have to take control of these local and be agitators to their offices. I don't care if we have to set up shifts. Some of us work. You can't be there during the day, but a lot of y'all sitting on your behinds all day. We could do shifts. Agitate their offices. Don't let nothing happen. Ain't no business happening in these cities unless we get what we want. That's how the LGBTQ got it. That's how the Asians is getting it. Everybody getting it except for us. All of these judges that are running on these political tickets, whether it's the Democrat or Republican, you want my damn vote? We need our own court system. Just like the Hasidics got their own rabbinical courts to deal with their issues. We need our own courts.
That's right. That's right.
So, but I have to give kudos to DA Gonzalez here in Brooklyn. You know, he's not with the mess. He's just letting people out on these trumped up charges. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna get off my brother Ashe.
Before we go, we got a couple minutes left. I want to actually, because up here on this platform, we don't come up here just to talk. We come up here to give solutions. We come up here to give resources. And we come up here to build with our family so we can get out of this rut that we, you know what I'm saying? So we got a couple minutes left. I'm going to share this. I want the people to check this out. People in New York specifically, but people everywhere else, you can utilize the information as well and find out how to apply it where you at. But what I want to share, y'all, because a lot of people is talking about what we going to do. A lot of people are just sad as hell. A lot of people don't even know how to defend ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So we got to teach some of y'all. We got to show y'all. So I want to show y'all this website right here. This is actually the New York State website. And a lot of people are wondering, how do I even go about applying to get a firearm so that you can protect yourself, so you can protect your family and things of that nature? Well, guess what? we know for the longest time, New York City, period, is one of the toughest places to get a license anyway, just because of it being New York and all of the craziness that happens here and the amount of people that we have here. They're extremely strict. But it actually got a lot easier within the last year or two. You can actually apply online now. A lot of people don't even know this, that you can apply online. Before you had to actually police plaza. You had to do so many other different things to go about it, and they will give you the runaround. They tell you come back when another time of the day. When you come back that time of the day, the office is closed. It's only open between this hour and this hour. Then you apply. You don't get the answer back for months later. Well, guess what? It's a lot easier to do it now. So all you do, if you're in the New York State, you go to ny.gov, or you could even just Google New York State firearm application. This is exactly where it will take you. It's the New York State website. You apply all online. It's easy. It actually gives you a breakdown of how to do it. This is the overview. It tells you what basically you're applying is a pistol. It tells you what you can use it for, how much does it cost. You know, the cost varies by county. How long does the process take? 4 months, typically. It also tells you eligibility. You got to be 21 years old. You got to have it legally. You got to have no prior felony and other stupid things. They have
prior felony arrests or felony convictions.
I'm pretty sure it's convictions, but we got to do a little bit
Yeah,
more.
but if that time, if you've expunged that time,
Right.
you can still get a firearm. And the laws are different here in the 5 boroughs than it is for Long Island and upstate. Actually, for Long Island and upstate, it is actually cheaper and easier for you to have a firearm. There is no reason you should live in your home and not have a firearm. You are a fool.
Exactly.
And also, family, when you do get a firearm, please get some insurance, and Brother Ashe will post information about that as well.
We got all of that loaded up, sis. So let me finish this. This is how you apply right here. This is the link. It tells you exactly what it is. These are the things you need. It's basic stuff, family. It's very easy. It used to be a lot harder, but now it's a lot easier. Now, what Sister Keisha is saying, and what I talked about previously, we shared the link already on our Facebook. If you follow us on Facebook, it's Thorough Black Talk with Tag Keisha and Ashe. But you definitely got to have insurance. Now, one of the top insurances that's out there, obviously the NRA has their own insurance. So if you want to sign up with the NRA, a lot of people do, a lot of people don't. They got feelings about that. But this is another one. It's called USCC. Stands for U.S. United States Concealed Carry Association. And this one is self-explanatory. You go up here, they show you videos. It's very easy to read. They tell you scenarios, you know, cases of people that saved themselves, like just like the Breonna Taylor, Kenneth Walker situation. You know what I'm saying? You could be 100% in the right. No prior criminal background cases, enough of a stand-up citizen and just defend yourself. But a lot of people that do that, they end up going through the court system and, you know, get caught up in that and end up doing prison time sometimes, even when you're not in the wrong. So these are things that we have to think about as well. Getting insurance when you get your weapon. The insurance, basically, if you don't know about it, it provides, you pay a monthly fee, and then if you get caught up in a jam and you have to go to trial or you have to pay for lawyers or whatever the case is, they will cover up to a certain amount of that. Like they actually have funds designated for you if you get caught up in a jam. And it depends on the type of membership that you choose. Obviously, you could pay a certain amount or you could pay a higher amount. You get a higher amount of membership. A higher amount of coverage. So it's like a basic insurance, but in this case, it covers firearms and, you know, any court system that you might have to go through, you know. So this is another thing, but you could also look on the NRA's website. I know they have their own insurance as well. But these are things that we have to think about, family. You know what I'm saying? Do not feel defenseless. Do not feel hopeless. Do not feel like Africans are just doomed and we ain't got no way out and we don't have power. We do have power. The problem is we don't know how to utilize the power that we have. We have financial power, economic power. everybody know we got spiritual, mental, and physical power. We the top athletes in the goddamn world. But it's just that we don't have our mind. We don't have our African mind, our African sense to utilize these things to get us out of this hole that we in. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be solutions. Up here on Thorough Black Talk, we are solution-oriented warriors. We are always going to give you the resources, whatever we can. And, you know, we came up here tonight. We had some guests. We had our beautiful sisters come up, talk about the businesses that they own so you can support Black-owned business, get the economics up. You know what I'm saying? But next week, we're going to have another hot fire show because we didn't get to go in really and talk about a lot of things that we want to talk about. And there's a lot of issues going on and a lot of people that need to stand up straight and really put their left foot forward, man. So on that note, I know it's time for us to wrap up. Your brother Ashe, I'm going to sign out with what I always like to say. True courage is knowing how to suffer. And remember, family, the battlefield is where you stand. Brother Tad.
Yeah. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. People on StreamYard, people on YouTube and Facebook Live. We truly appreciate y'all. Hopefully you heard something that inspired you. So now it's your turn to go out and inspire others. Y'all stay up, stay blessed, stay true. And you can follow me on my business page on Better Days Ahead Fitness. So just remember, no matter how hard things may seem right now, it's always better days ahead. Sister Keisha.
Again, family, as my brother said, we're going to thank you all for tuning in, listening, and watching, and definitely sharing the information. It is important that you want to do us a favor, share the Facebook page, like this Facebook page, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We will much appreciate that. Okay? You can do that for us. Also, as my brother Ashe said, next week, we may have a powerful guest. Y'all gonna hold on to your seat for that. And also, we want to get into some solutions that we begin to touch on tonight as far as voting is concerned. Those of us who live in the city of New York, this is critical. One tangible that we need is for them to relax the draconian gun laws that we have within the 5 boroughs. It's just within the 5 boroughs that these draconian gun laws keep us locked, a lot of us locked, where we can't have firearms. And also, I'm going to hopefully have someone on here who can teach all of you who had previous convictions, and those convictions are expunged or maxed out, meaning you're not on probation, you're not on parole. We can show you how you can still get a legal firearm. So family, please share the information. You consider voting this year. One of the things that you should have as a tangible, that whatever the city, municipality that you live in or reside, they have the power and the ability to put these police departments under receivership. You must demand that when there is a police killing, that there is an independent special prosecutor that is appointed by the attorneys representing the deceased. So we'll get into that also next week. But as my brother said, do your best, be your best, think your best. Don't be reckless out here because the purge is on, whether you want to believe it or not. Tune in again for next week. Y'all stay up, as my brother said. Stay healthy, stay alert, protect yourselves and your family. We out, y'all. Take us home, Ashe.
Yeah, let's go.
If you're not doing AIM, then we're gonna aim at you. We're gonna aim right for your temple. Black. Back. United Front. Yeah. No, this goes out to NYPD. Ready? New York Pig Department Store. Yeah, commit the slack and start clapping the police captain. Revolutionary rapper, that's the streets captain. Don't believe me, I provide the proof. How people accept lies cause they scared of the truth. You just wanna hear a song full of punchlines and metaphors. And won't rebel, what the fuck you packing metal for? Protect the queen, what the fuck you think you metaphor? Yo, help the people, what the fuck you stacking cheddar for? The wild whip in the chain like slave shit. Some shit they gonna take cause you laid on your pavement. Come on, got the answer. Some proper propaganda. Let's pick up some weapons. Break the media out the slam. Freedom ain't given, freedom is taken. No more we should overcome. Once we gon' make it. Death before dishonor. Freedom or death. I need my soldiers all sober. No weed on they breath. Cause I can look into your face and I can see that you run. The real soldiers locked up, shaking CEOs up. But they just gotta learn how to channel that aggression. Use it for protection and attacking the oppressor. Come on, black people, black power, black panther. They attacking us with AIDS, heroin, crack, cancer. Yeah, all these other rappers talking gangster shit. But a long jail sentence, that's what gangsters get. But a revolutionary, uncompromising. Call a cracker a devil with no apologizing. If you got a bag, you can kiss my ass. I take your shit on your lawn. Wipe my ass with they flag. And every time I'm heard, I'm spitting venomous words. That George Bush get beheaded like Nicholas Byrd. Come on, cops pull guns just to lay blacks down. And my name's why he raps, it's rap round. Black power. Black